Alright, so I watched the dev stream this morning, or rather I woke up like 40 minutes into it and caught the rest. Don't let other people dictate your sleep schedule, kids. Whatever, dev stream. I missed all the shit about Protea, but I arrived just in time to catch all the info about Glassmaker, and I've got to tell you, it's got the gears in my head turning. We knew it was a murder mystery type of thing, and he had previously shown us the emblem of the season, complete with a whole lot of text that doesn't match anything else in the game. Interesting. This morning, they showed us the reward track and a bit of a CSI type thing at the site of one of the murders, I say in quotations. We now know the general idea of what's going on and where the season is getting its name from. The glass in question refers to the murder victims themselves, having been vitrified into glass statues by the same tech the Orokin developed to create cephalons. Apparently, this transformation is a side effect of the mental upload process. Here's the interesting thing, though. There hasn't been a single functional example of that tech since the collapse of the Empire. For all we know, all cephalons we've ever encountered date back to the Orokin days. Quick aside here. During Vor's Prize, Darvo talks about possibly replacing Ordis with a less damaged cephalon. We know that cephalons are able to produce imprints that allow copies of themselves to be constructed. These copies have the same thought patterns and personality of the originals, meaning that corpus-produced cephalons are still ultimately uploaded human minds, regardless of whether they are a copy or the original. It is also likely that all corpus cephalons are copies of a handful of originals dating back to the Empire. Someone out there has managed to get their hands on a functional example and is either using it as a rather unique murder weapon, or they're using it to forcibly upload a whole lot of people, creating a lot of new cephalons. So, if we go over the reward track, a few items stand out immediately. Here we have a set of cephalon equipment, a Sindana and 2 weapons. Though the top one could very well be a Parazon skin. Well, it's better than the last one we got.
Bruh.
Moving on, Operator Cosmetics. 2 things to note about this set. Number 1, glass construction. Number 2, explicitly stated to be cephalon related. This is quite interesting because we've never seen this connection between the cephalons and glass before now, leading us to believe that these cosmetics are possibly the result of a new development. So with these rewards, coupled with the info provided by Nora, it's obvious that this season is tied very closely to the lore of the cephalons. Perhaps Mad Cephalon is using some kind of proxy to off people? Perhaps. We've seen cephalons of questionable mental stability before, but there's one thing left to talk about. One unknown element that simply cannot be ignored. Here we are. The Fracta shoulder guards. 2 things are known of this shoulder guard. It is ancient, and it is the product of a non-human intelligence. This is where things get really interesting. Where the hell did these things come from? Ancient, product of a non-human intelligence. That second bit is the real mystery, so let's go into why. Non-human intelligence narrows things down to a razor-sharp point. With the season's focus on cephalons, that would be the obvious answer, except that doesn't work. Let me remind everyone, cephalons are not artificial intelligences. They are uploaded intelligences. Human minds uploaded to the machine. Their constructs may look alien, and their thoughts may confuse and disturb us sometimes, but Sai, Samaris, Suda, Ordis, their thought processes are fundamentally human, simply augmented and disassociated from physical form. As a result, cephalons are excluded from the running. What about the sentients? They're true AI, and we know how afraid the Orokin were of artificial intelligence. Who else could it be? To that I respond with this. Look at these things. We've become well acquainted with sentient tech. Whatever these things are, they sure as hell aren't sentient made. Now, as we take all of that into account, as we again acknowledge the fact that Warframe doesn't have any true aliens, with the possible exception of void entities, allow me to put forth a hypothesis. This is where the ancient bit comes in. It's very likely that I'm entirely wrong about this. It's all wild conjecture after all, but considering the unknown text, as well as the information we can glean from the fractal description, I believe we may be dealing with something entirely new, something outside all existing factions. Until more information comes out, it is my theory that the Glassmaker could very well be an artificial intelligence, possibly predating the Orokin Empire. Perhaps it was developed shortly before the Empire rose to power and concealed itself as it saw their anti-AI tendencies, as the Orokin went so far to sidestep the entire issue by uploading human minds as genetically engineering organisms to fill the roles of a thinking machine. Perhaps this Glassmaker is only emerging now because the Empire that feared it so has fallen. Do I have any proof of this? No, but ultimately none of us have any proof of anything until the season arrives. Either way, it's a good day for some wild ideas. Enjoy it, and I'll talk to y'all later.